This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of August 9th, 2021. We've all been cracked open a bit, maybe uncomfortably, maybe happily, but as the Leo new moon, which happened on Sunday, gradually builds in the sky, as the moon grows into a crescent, we are now going to try out living in a less personally fettered way. Now, your conditions may be absolutely the same as they were last week. The big change is on the inside, something happening to break open your identity in a way that now allows you greater freedom of movement, at least in terms of how you identify and express yourself. And that leads this week to a whole bunch of adjustment moments. This is a highly active week, and the most frequently occurring aspect of the whole week is the inconjunct or adjustment. And we begin the week with tweaking our thinking, with tweaking our relationship to power, possibly our own personal demons, with an inconjunct between Mercury and Pluto. You could have a bit of information that makes this happen. Your mind could process something and suddenly go, oh, yes, here's what needs to happen. You might just grapple with something that's been roiling in your subconscious for a long time. This comes with an air of contemplation. We have a vantage point of looking at how maybe we have been fooling ourselves, a vantage point for looking at your relationships from the perspective of a higher spiritual purpose in what is going on. There is a sense of not being able to quite grasp something, so a distance from a person or a situation that is valuable to you, and thinking in overdrive, absolutely thinking in overdrive, possibly also your own point of view completely engulfing your experience of life. So it's kind of an odd paradox here of simultaneously looking at the big picture, seeing the big picture, and screaming all the louder about your place in it. And then our mental and communication mode changes, moves out of adolescent drama queen mode and down into Virgo. Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into Virgo on the 11th. And at this point, all three inner planets are in Virgo for the rest of the week. Mercury, Venus, Mars. Mercury, how we think, our information flow, our perspectives, how we get around. Venus, what we value, our relationship mode, our interactions, how we think about money, our values, and Mars, how we go about making things happen. All three are in the fix-it sign. They are in the elbow grease zone. So there is a real strong vibe from the 11th until the 15th of get to work, of a unity of purpose, of very critical thinking, very discriminating, discerning thinking, analyzing, looking for how things can be improved, making to-do lists like maniacs, going through life step by step by step by step by step with the goal toward improving, bettering, building. Not incredibly exciting, profoundly productive. And while this is happening, we are able to streamline like demons, to hone in on where we really want to use our energy. This is not going to be frittered away. Venus and Pluto, the two rulers of desire, the two rulers of money, are in a trine on the 11th, and they're both in Earth signs. Venus in Virgo, Pluto in Capricorn, so this is not staring off in the clouds and dreaming and being all wistful. This is very serious, bottom line, this is what I want, and I want only this, and what I want really, really, really badly. Now, how we go about actually implementing this does require an adjustment because Mars, again, how we go about this, and Saturn, the rules, reality, regulations, being an adult, are in an inconjunct on the 13th, an adjustment aspect. So however you have been going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will very likely go, oops, yes, let's adjust, let's do it this way. You might be challenged to do the responsible thing. You might be challenged to take responsibility for your own actions. You might have to maneuver around some outside impediment. And are you daunted? Probably not, because Venus is in an adjustment aspect to Jupiter, so there's something here about more. They're both planets of indulgence, and heaven forbid, you might have to choose. In fact, all of this is leading to choosing, focusing, tweaking, choosing, focusing, tweaking. And the tweaking also involves your identity, your sense of self, your sense of mission, because the sun is in an inconjunct to Neptune. And this could be grappling with some lack of clarity, grappling with something that seems like it's deliberately hazy, obfuscation, there's a word for you. Or maybe just realizing that you need to be gentle with yourself and go easy on yourself because you're in work or bee mode like a maniac, and maybe there are actual human limits to what you can do. All of this work, scurrying around, busy bee stuff leads to a shift in our social mode. Suddenly, we want to be around people. Starting on the 15th, there is a shift in the vibe to figuring out ways to be conciliatory, more of an interest in diplomacy, more of an interest in actually connecting and communicating with other people rather than simply work, and crossing off your to-do list. Venus, the planet that rules our interactions, our sociability, our desires, moves into her air home of Libra, where she is very, very happy. This is a mode of sweet words, of carefully chosen words, of pretty colors and soothing environments and soothing music. See if you don't want to actually share meals with other people, to have conversations with other people, possibly even face to face. She's in this mode into next month, and it's going to incline us all to actually connect with people in our lives and to do things that bring harmony and beauty. To not argue so much, to not work so much, but to just try to get along. Homing thought of the week. Okay, what's plan B? Song of the week. The Stop and Think song from Sesame Street. Bet you didn't see that coming. And the image of the week is a spreadsheet. You'll find more about this in my forecast for August, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host Celestial Compass, an astrology radio program on Om Times Radio on the first and third Monday of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also oversee lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I am really grateful to the people who continue to support my work there, and you could be one of them for as little as $1 a month. I'm on Instagram at K.A. Biehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.